Following changes to CCSD's policy, Spring Valley has seen new changes regarding phone usage within classrooms. With emergency exceptions, students are now required to put their devices into non-locking, signal-blocking pouches from the start of the class. And phones that are observed out of the pouch are reported and sent to the student's house office. While most CCSD schools are waiting till next year, Spring Valley has decided to implement these policies immediately after spring break.
I think the new phone policy is absolutely awesome. It's something that we already had in place with the brown bag policy. However, it's to a new level and it's going to be consistently implemented and has been consistently implemented for fourth quarter here. Kids are talking to one another. They're not being distracted by what's going on here. And that constant intake, right? So they're forced to do their work, they're forced to engage with one another, and they're forced to learn, which is why we're here, right?
Following the implementation of the pouches, many students found that it's actually helped them within the classroom due to it minimizing distractions.
I say it will do a dramatic increase because for me, I was doing bad during my first 3 quarters, but now after phone policy rolled out, I'm doing pretty good since I have nothing else to do in class.
It will, for the most part, benefit everyone's learning. So, we'll be able to focus on, homework more and assignments and just probably get better test results.
Although the change has been effective, some worry that the implementation of such a policy may point towards a larger societal problem.
This doesn't just go with teens, but I think as adults and just in this modern society, we are addicted to our phones. I do believe that it's the new cigarette. I think there is a dopamine release that's taking place when we receive notifications. We have absolutely no restrictions when it comes to other dopamine releasing measures, whether that be alcohol or cigarettes or gambling.
I told my students this, if you all turned in your assignments, we wouldn't really have to implement this policy, but with chronic absenteeism, students not turning in their assignments, they've kind of played themselves, right? And I think the thing is I try to make my class as engaging as possible, as interesting as possible, and still students are constantly getting distracted by their phones. And it really comes back to the fact of who's in control, you as an individual or the phone.
At its peak, there was reportedly 29 in-house suspensions due to students invading the policy. However, these suspensions have gone down.
Every day the number of infractions went down. I think the highest we got to was 29, and I think the other day was at 4. It's been really great. Kids have been wonderful, and real shout out to the teachers who are consistently implementing it, because that's where the breakdown could happen if we don't consistently all band together and say, hey, this is important to us. It is important that students are learning. And then the kids have seen their work increase. They're doing their work, they're focused, and they're not distracted.
Although this policy has been yet implemented in other schools, Spring Valley has showcased how it can affect and change the learning environment in the classroom. As for how this may be different in other schools, however, we will have to wait until August to figure that out. This is Martin, back to you in the studio.